there's people on the internet who don't like us. Do you consider them enemies?
Yes.
You do?
No, I'm just kidding.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa, and of course, I am here with the boys, Stevie.
Hey.
And we have a special guest today. We got Angelie today.
Woo! What's up, Angelie? How you doing?
Welcome back.
Oh my God, hello.
First episode was so nice. We had to do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have you back in here. How does it feel?
Stop, I'm still shy.
How's it been? How's
But I have been so excited. I've been catching up with you guys online. And, you know, I'm ready to talk to you guys.
She's
Yeah.
ready to yap again.
I know.
It's yapping season. It's also spooky season.
Spooky
Happy
season.
spooky season for everybody out there who celebrates. There's some people who don't.
True.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
happy spooky season out there for those who celebrate. We're gonna go ahead and get right into our first topic. Julie, what do we have for this week?
I guess the first topic that I wrote was the Prop 50. Have you guys heard about Prop 50 or anything about it?
Semi,
So
not
it's-
too
A little.
much.
So basically, just Prop 50 is that California wants to make the district, like make a new district map, so that way we can get more House seats. Because Trump is trying to do that with Texas. So basically, it's called like gerrymandering, which is kind of like the redistricting of everything, and trying to get more House seats. And because Trump is scared that he's gonna lose the election, he's really because at this point he's trying to rig it, and he's been working with Texas to do all that, and California kind of wants to do the same thing to go against that. People are saying to vote no for it because it's kind of like we're basically giving like our redistricting map to politicians instead of just being our vote. And that's why people are saying that it's kind of like rigging the game and us kind of like losing our power. But what they want to do is that if I think we like redistrict everything, we'd get a couple more seats, which would go over and against what Texas is doing. I mostly thought it was important because, for one, it's for sure just to vote because it's coming up in November. And the last day to, I think, register to vote is October 20th. So it's just important to vote. And then I just feel like with Prop 50 and what I've learned is that it's important because if we vote no, then we lose basically like the Democrats are going to lose the House, which is going to let Trump more do a lot of his policies.
Like get more
Because
power.
he'll run the Republicans will run more of the House. And of course, we've seen everything that he's been doing currently. But I think it kind of feels, at least to me, it feels like the last hope, at least to keep voting to not help Trump get what he kind of wants. Which is why I say that you should vote yes. Again, you should like be informed as to what you're voting for. And the only reason I thought about it was because my parents actually got a mail and a letter that said, in big words, said vote no on Prop 50. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one who's actually running against it. Because he thinks that it's I guess rigging like the election and we shouldn't be doing the same thing. I saw it as like, if we're gonna fight them, then I think we should kind of do the same thing to
Like
them.
fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Interesting.
At least at this point,
Okay.
it just feels that way.
Uh-huh.
And again, this isn't something that's gonna be like it's gonna stay like this forever. I think they said they're gonna keep this through 2026, 2028, and 2030. And then after that, we'll get the power back. But for right now, because of everything that's going on, they believe that it's a lot better for them to just do it, just so we can get more Democrats in the House of Representatives. So
Okay.
I hope that all made sense. But again, you guys can try and choose to stay more informed, because I also don't want to influence you to be like, vote yes, and if you don't want to, then like
I get you.
can say no.
It's like a PSA.
Yeah. It's just more of like
Julie
register to
from
vote.
Todo Chido
I
approves this message.
I also just saw it because I was just like, I think people always have this like question of like not voting because they're like, oh, my vote doesn't matter. But I feel
For
like
sure.
voting is important because, as you can see it, they really are trying to stop us from voting. So if it wasn't important, they wouldn't be trying to stop us or to do anything in their power to like not make us vote.
Type shit.
So at least that's what I thought. And I think right now that's like one of the biggest topics right now. just because of what's going on, because like they don't want to give him the whole entire power, and right now the House is losing that. And also it's normal for presidents to kind of lose houses. Like it's normal that this is going to happen to Trump. It's normal. It's happened to Obama before. It's happened to President Bush before. But Trump clearly doesn't want to lose because he wants to be president again. So that's why he's trying to, I guess, in a way, rig it, because he's trying to tell other red states to like redistrict so that there's more Republican seats, which is why California wants to do it. And California, again, is like a swing state. So it has a lot more seats in the House. Which is why they're trying to do all that so that they can overpower what Trump is trying to do. Basically California is trying to fight Trump right now.
Interesting.
So that's kind of like,
and a vote
happening.
yes is in favor of California. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I think it's interesting. Moving on, I guess, on a little bit of a tangent, like the whole idea of him being president a third time is super crazy.
And it's crazy because like they are like
advertising it.
They are advertising that
merch and shit.
So that's why it's like
dictator type shit.
No, yeah.
It's weird because like I don't understand anybody who like currently defends him. Like I don't know how that works. Like especially if you're somebody who is like Mexican.
Yeah.
It's like what more do you need to see? Like and I don't know if there's anything else you can like hear that'll convince you.
Yeah, and I think right now too, they're trying to make everything like the advertisements geared towards Latinos, because the Latino vote really, really matters right now, because they are the ones who have basically majority vote right now, especially here in Los Angeles and in California. So they're really trying to gear everything towards the Latino community and trying to have them vote no, which is why I also thought it was interesting that my parents got that mail, because it really is that right now the Latino vote is very targeted, especially with everything going on, right? So it's very much targeted in the community of them to vote. And like that's why I was like, it's very important to stay informed, especially because we're the community that right now they're looking really towards us. Because I mean they looked towards us when the whole election happened. So even now they're trying to look more into us because of the fact of like we have a good amount of power in our vote right now. At least that's what the topic has been about, is that the Latino vote really matters right now. So then they're trying to really emphasize like, hey, like you should vote no kind of thing, or vote yes too. So
wow, really well said, Julie.
Yeah.
I don't really think
I don't know if that helped in any way to explain what's going on.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of got like a gist of like doing my own research on like what it was, and I was way too scared to say it because sometimes I'll be fumbling over my words and I'm like, okay, wait, did I explain it correctly? But I think it's sad, but it's also fucked up to think and to say like, I don't think the world in general, they're angry enough, bro. Like, I think if you guys were really angry enough to make a change, it would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I just don't get how they put a criminal as president, respectfully. So it's like, to think that they're thinking that it's us against each other when it's literally us against the government. Yeah. And I think it's always going to be like that. And until somebody actually puts a side to it, it's like, I don't know, like even my grandma was like telling me, you know, oh, like, are you going to vote? I don't see a meaning to voting, but it's like a lot of people either think that way or they think that their vote is never going to get anywhere. So it's like, oh, why am I even going to vote if it's the same thing? And I'm like, well, that's the thing. Like, you guys rather vote for yourselves and not for other people. Because a lot of these Latinos for Trump is always like, I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to vote for what's best for me. But it's like you're not seeing how it's affecting everybody else, because a lot of people think that it's more of a solo ride than, like, community. And in order for you to even start a business, start a brand, make a name for yourself, you're going to need a lot of attention. And that's the reason why people are getting those, like, mails saying, vote no, vote no. But it's like the minute that people start putting attention to actually what matters, I think that's when there will be a change. But right now, it's just fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But
no, yeah, I think for a while, I think people have just, I don't know what the proper word would be, but the way I see it is like people have just learned to just chill and let things kind of happen.
Kind of like neglecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think, like how you said, like, I think people have been so like, oh, my vote doesn't matter, so why am I going to vote? But I think it's important because of the fact of like, we're voting for the people to represent us. And like, if we don't vote, then we're basically not having any type of say of like who's going to represent us. And then after that, that's when we're like, oh, but nothing's being done. And we're like, but you're not even doing anything to like, yeah, like there's nothing that you're doing to like actually have a say. And you do, like, that's part of like, it's our right. Like, it's one of our rights of like having the freedom to vote for who we want. And again, like doing the research, right? Like, I think now it's so much easier to just pull up a video and just listen to somebody. Or if you prefer reading, like there's articles that you can read on about anything. Yeah. Library cards are free. Like
you also have the like whole world in your pocket with your phone.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like, it's there. You just need to like, open yourself to like having that time to like read it and research. 'Cause right now it matters a lot more. Like right now we've seen with everything, right? With like, especially here in LA, like we've seen everything that's happened, and like we have the power to make a change for that. It might not feel like a lot, like, and we might feel again, like in this sort of like hopeless, or like in this sort of negativity that nothing's going to change, but we can make something change. And that's why I really want to advocate for people to inform themselves, especially about this, because of the fact of like, it's really going to affect us if he wins the House. Mm-hmm. Like, I know right now he's been doing everything that he wants. But if we still in a way have some sort of power over him, because again, like it wouldn't be important if he wasn't over here talking to other red states to do the same thing. True. Because he knows that he's going to lose. Yeah. And that's why he's trying his best right now to rig it. Well, I guess rigging is the wrong term, but just to make a change so that he can win the House.
I can't lie. I thought he rigged it against Kamala, like that whole. I thought it did. Yeah. Like there was no way in hell. Like after so many felonies that he has, I'm just like side eye to the government. But
yeah, it was really weird. Like on a separate note, like what you're saying, I think that is really weird. I kind of chopped it off to like low key, like some misogyny a little. Like I think a lot of people internally couldn't see them voting for a woman as president. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's not like, it's not solely that. Yeah. I think it's just one factor that's there that is a big factor. Yeah. Because I also think she also didn't have, for the little time she had, I don't know if you guys remember, but Joe Biden dropped out. Yeah. Do you remember? Because he was older and sick. Because he did this
debate and they were like, it was bad.
She had like 100 days or something to basically like go make a campaign and like did it, and she did really good. She got close to it. It wasn't a blowout by any means, you know. But I do think it is a little suspicious, or maybe it's just me unable to accept that there's just that many like racist, terrible people who just like Trump for some reason.
Yeah, I think there was just like multiple factors to it. It was the fact of like she did it in such a short amount of time. Like she didn't have like a whole whatever the time is for them to kind of
like a year, basically,
like a year for her to kind of advocate for herself. She had basically like 3 months, I think, or so.
Something short.
Something really short. Yeah. And then it's like that being her, a woman of color, a woman,
and also
in this, you know.
I don't know if you guys knew this. Joe Biden's son talked about this. Hunter Biden. He said that one of the reasons why she also lost was because the Democratic Party wasn't fully behind Kamala because they didn't elect her to be their like candidate for the presidency. Mm-hmm. She was anointed by Joe Biden, and so that rubbed a lot of people in the Democratic Party the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And so they weren't united in fully campaigning and pushing for her to be the candidate for president. Yeah. Joe Biden's son talked about it because he said that he was really upset about it because he didn't get like, where does that get us? Yeah. Like it got us losing the election. Yeah. But I think that was like another interesting factor that I didn't know about. Yeah. But it's true. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, I could believe that. Yeah. Yeah. Because I always feel like it reminds you of, especially at jobs, when somebody kind of just automatically gets a position and they're like, oh, you didn't that's not fair because you didn't give everybody else the opportunity to, I guess, run, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it was like, well, we kind of just had to do that, right? So I could see why people were upset that she kind of, not that it was handed to her, but it was kind of like, I mean, it also just made sense. Like, she was the vice president. Like, what didn't you guys get? And it also just sucks that they, like,
weren't united.
You weren't united.
Yeah.
In that. Like,
I get you. But like circling back to the topic of the prompt, Angelie, I like what you said about how like it's interesting that people will not want to vote because they'll think about it so selfishly, in the sense that like they're thinking of themselves rather than thinking of others. Because I think that is mainly what this like makes me think of, is though it doesn't have any direct, I think, effect towards maybe the individuals voting. Yeah. But it can affect a lot of other people, and I think that's like what at least I keep prevalent in my mind when I'm listening to you say what the prop is that even if I can't fully conceptualize like all the different things this means, I know that it'll negatively affect a lot of people. Yeah. And like, even if it won't affect me, it'll affect somebody else.
Yeah. Well, because I keep thinking of the negative side of people voting no. Of just like, again, it just reminds me of like how the election went, right? And all the stuff that we, I guess, in a way warned people of, like, Trump is going to do this if he's elected president, and people not listening to that or taking it serious. And that's why I'm like, this feels sort of, and I know that there's probably more stuff, but this feels sort of like the last thing that we can do to still have some sort of power over him, or some sort of way for him not to get all the ultimate power. Of course there could be like more, but it's just like, it just feels like if he does this, then essentially like he can just get away with anything. Yeah. Like,
I don't mean to laugh at like a serious like situation. It's just like you saying like the ultimate power. Like, we're literally talking about this guy like he's a fucking Sith Lord. Like,
he's literally Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to believe that.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally a fucking supervillain, and there'll still be people here being like, nah, he's like, he's looking after like old Joe Schmo here, like a normal guy like me.
No, yeah. That's what I'm like, I don't know. Like, but that's why I think I'm so on this, because it generally, like, for me, it's just like, bro, that guy's like so evil, and I don't get what you guys don't see. And I'm also just like, how can you not see what he's currently doing with ICE and attacking the different communities, and still not have this uproar of like, you want this change to happen?
Yeah,
you know?
I were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was gonna like touch back on it, but you could go first.
I was just gonna say, like, I get it if you're like white. I think I just don't get it if you're like a minority. Yeah, I get it if you're white because you're like, they're trying to eliminate my race or something like that. You know, like, it just seems like the only reason you'd like him is because he fights for the white man.
No, yeah, and that's why I'm like, it, I guess, in a way frustrates me of how people don't like have this like eye-opening thing. Because I'm just like, bro, like, they're generally saying that right now the Latino vote is very important to him. And it's like, how do you not see how important it is to speak up right now, especially with all the attacks that are happening, you know? And that's why I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how you guys can't, like, I don't know, like, get yourselves to go vote or go do something like about it.
And honestly, it reminds me of like, well, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of it. I know you guys haven't talked about it yet, but it was like Superman, the new movie, went woke.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, bro! When I went to go see it, obviously for myself to see, like, you know, what was it about? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was beautifully captured, but it's like every time like I ask like little kids, like, cause I always see like other kids implementing like other opinions on other kids just because they heard it from their parents, or they're like, no, like, but it's this way, it's this way. Me, like, since I never really had like a role model growing up, that's the reason why I look towards, like, as cliche and corny as it sounds, like, if you see me like supporting superheroes, it's like, do you think Superman would want this? Because it's like, do you guys really think he would want to be putting away a person just because they didn't belong here or whatever? But along with other people saying like, do the process right and it won't be like that. But it's like, bro, if you look back on history, it's like Los Angeles, San Clemente, or San Francisco, like all of these, like, it's just a bunch of Latinos. And that goes back to you, like, as much as we want to think that we don't matter, we're majority of the vote. Obviously we're gonna matter, but like I said, I think when people say like America's been great before, it hasn't. I don't think America has really given a chance to people that are colored, respectfully, like black, Latinos. If you're not white, I don't think you've got a chance. That's how I think about it when I was growing up, basically. And it doesn't help, like, when you look at our own area or, like, where I come from, South LA, and it's like you look at it, and I remember my boss mentioned to me, and he's like, take a look at it and ask me if it looks the same from back then. And it's true, like, nobody pays attention to all of these little communities that are, like, supposedly in the ghetto or anything like that. But it's, like, to other places, like, when you go to Irvine, Orange County, it's, like, a whole other dimension that you step into. And it's, like, why wouldn't you want to make everything else pretty? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you want to give everybody else that treatment? But, like I said, nobody votes for everybody else. They all vote for themselves. And that's the shit that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're spitting. I think that's true. Well, it's interesting too, cause like you see it even in other industries, how like the more shit changes, the more it stays the same. The biggest star, I guess, in the country that you could say is like Taylor Swift, who's a blonde, blue-eyed woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a star that's had like a lot of success and been in the news a lot. Sydney Sweeney, also blonde,
Yeah.
blue-eyed woman. So it is weird. Like I guess growing up, like nobody outright says it, but you feel it, especially if you grow up like in communities where it's you only see other like either Mexican or the black community. You know, you feel it. You feel like almost this like sense of hopelessness in a way. Like some people have definitely like don't have anything to hope for. They're just like, this is all life is ever gonna be.
Yeah.
But going back to I guess the Superman movie, that is interesting because a lot of people did have like backlash saying like, oh my god, like Superman's so woke now. But Superman himself in the lore is an immigrant
Yeah.
and he is not from the United States.
Mhm.
So I like that you said like with Superman, like would Spider-Man vote for Trump? I don't think so.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think, like, and I think that's when a lot of people were walking out, and especially Fox News, respectfully. Fox News. Like,
Yeah.
I
You
don't
could say it
care.
louder.
Like, oh my God. Because it's like, when they were saying that shit, they were saying that he had like an, the Superman logo had like an F-13. I'm pretty sure you're going to find the video. Yes, like, they said it on the news, and they were like, I don't think that, you know, our future kids will watch this movie because it's about an illegal alien. And I'm just like, you could take it back to Superman fighting Nazis in the old cartoons. Like,
Yeah.
this is nothing new. And for the men especially, like, growing up as like little boys, and it's just kind of like Superman would be disappointed in you. And it's just like, I don't know, I just tell little kids, like, if your own superhero wouldn't be okay with that, I don't think you should be okay with it either. That's how I kind of like think about it, because it's like I see other bullies, but it's not really them. It's really what's at home.
Yeah.
And I think like the only way we're gonna have like a change in the world is if people change themselves, but you can't fucking force that shit. And I see so much bad shit on TikTok, and it's like I go through reel after reel, and it's always like a Palestinian family like asking for help, and it breaks my heart because it's like we can only do so much and just donate or repost, like, share, comment. But I think empathy is worn out now, and I don't know how to get that shit back.
Yeah, it's interesting too, cause like, will you ever be scrolling through TikTok or Instagram and see something that's just so like either blatantly like racist or homophobic or sexist, and you're like, damn, this shit has like 300K likes, like, and everybody in the comments is like, haha. Maybe a few of them are like, yo, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how normalized that is. I feel like it wasn't like that when we were a little bit younger. Like, and I mean, obviously we had our own problems too, but now it feels like you said, like empathy has really run out, where people are, it's easier for them to like point and laugh than it is to be like, damn, that shit's terrible.
I think it's faster for like, how can I say this? Okay, so I never really tell like stories like that, but this is like perfect example. So when I was coming down from like the freeway going home, there was an older man in a wheelchair, and he needed help, obviously, like crossing the road. My instinct is like, what if that's my grandpa? and he needs help, right? So I just put my car like on the hazard lights and I go and help him cross the street. And he's like, you know, thank you, mija, this and that. Meanwhile, this other car was just honking. And it's like, I just don't know how other people can't put themselves in other people's shoes. And that's the reason why, too. And, like, let's say you see somebody that needs help. I think everybody's so quick to just pull out their phone instead of just getting involved.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why it's like, I don't know, it's changed a lot, though. And even when I want to do something to help out, like, I think it was me telling my grandma when I was younger that one of my friends was, like, getting abused, like, in a family home, right? No, like, no te metes. Like, why are you going to go through that? Like, this and that. I'm like, yeah, but they don't deserve that, though. Like, why am I going to let shit happen? Like, and then she's like, no, because it just comes out worse when, like, you put in your 2 cents. And, like, I understand other people's experiences, but I don't think that should stop you from being a decent human being.
No. It's so interesting because what you're saying right now, it relates a lot to the superhero thing because you basically said, like, your grandma was like, no te metes, like, but if you have the ability to help, why wouldn't you? And it kind of reminds me of with great power comes great responsibility, because it really is true.
Yeah.
If you are able-bodied and can help somebody out or can do something, like you said, repost, or like a thing, if you can do it, why not? You know, and at that point, it's basically your responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like, get the question.
Yeah, like, you don't lose anything by it. You
Like,
know,
I would understand if it was like this, like, big ass dude that can easily beat you up, and you want to get in the middle bit. Like, I get it. Like, you want to stand back, but like, if it's something that you can do at that moment, instead of pulling out your phone,
Yeah.
being like, come on,
with great power
comes great responsibility.
type shit. That was really good. Julie. You have anything else to add to the prop?
No, we should end the podcast now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Fuck it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Short episode.
No, yeah. Yeah, but just all in all, you know, stay informed.
Wait,
you know.
can I hijack the podcast order right now and go into my topic?
It goes into what we're talking about right now.
No, it doesn't. But well,
He wants advice.
Yes and no.
He wants to know.
I want to hear opinions from people that I know, and I'm sorry to put you guys on blast. Smoke weed. So this is for the audience listening. This is kind of gonna turn into an "Am I the asshole?" questionnaire. So this is what happened to me a couple days ago. I was at park, LA Historic Park, the one in Chinatown. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? It's that big ass park where there's literally nothing. It's just like fields, and you can see downtown LA from there. I was there. You know, I pulled up to smoke around sunset. You know, I was like, I like to get high and watch the cool sunset, right?
Vibras.
Vibras. Exactly. Was on my philosophical shit, showing empathy. I was like, I'm gonna go sit over there where I see there's nobody over there. There's nobody sitting on those stones over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit over there, and I'm gonna go smoke. I was with my girlfriend, and so we both sat down. We're there. I swear to you, I haven't even like sparked up for reals. I just took it out and was trying to light it. It was a little windy. It was a little cold. It was, like I said, it was sunset. From out of nowhere, I'm not bullshitting you. Maybe like 30 feet away, this lady with her dog yells out loud. She's like, "That better not be weed y'all smoking." And I was like, me thinking she's like fucking around with me, right? And I'm like, so what? And she's like, "'Cause it's illegal, and I'm sure the park rangers wouldn't like it if I called them right now to tell them."
Oh, what, Karen?
Yeah. And I was like, "Why don't you just walk somewhere else?" And she's like, "Walk somewhere else? Who are you talking to?" And then she gets closer to me and my girlfriend, literally there, being like, "When I call the park ranger right now and call him, blah, 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 blah." And so she takes out her phone and starts calling them and starts taking pictures of us, like just sitting there. And so then now my girlfriend's upset. So now she's talking shit back and being like, and it's like, "Damn, you want so much attention. You got it. Like, go ahead. Everybody's looking around. Keep calling them." And she's getting upset. And she's like, I will not be intimidated by you guys." And we look at each other. It's like, you came to us. You literally came up to us to talk to us. And then I don't know. We kept saying more shit. I don't remember what, but I remember it did escalate. She called her like a bitch and was like, and then she's like, "What? Like you don't know who you're messing with? Like y'all will not fucking intimidate me." And starts taking videos of us, and that shit made me laugh because I'm like, when she was saying like y'all, she was on the phone. I could hear her. She was like, "They're harassing me right now," and I'm like, "Show them." I literally yelled out loud, "Show them the picture you just took." And you'll see that you're literally walking around as we're staying stationary, sitting at our seats, haven't moved at all. And also, this group that's like sitting like 20 feet away from us are openly drinking, and you don't have a problem with them. They're open. You said it's illegal. It's not illegal to smoke weed. It's Los Angeles. Yeah. It's not illegal. And she has like her dog. Her dog's like getting scared and like thrashing around, trying to be anywhere but here. Yeah. But she's like
near her.
Dead ass. And was like, you guys have a big old park. Why don't you guys just go somewhere else? We literally were here first. You walked here. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. And then whatever, like, I don't know if she did call the park ranger or whatever. I wasn't scared at all. I'm like, what's the most they're going to do? They're going to be like, hey, don't smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. She's making a whole fucking big ass deal, telling us that like, I'm trying to walk my dog and I'm not trying to get faded. And I'm like, we're like fucking 30 feet away from you and you're walking. Just keep walking. And then finally she just grabs her dog because her dog was freaking the fuck out. Her dog obviously just did not want to be there. Yeah. Little small, like little dog, like little chihuahua. Mm-hmm. And she grabs her and just starts walking away. And we're obviously just sunset ruined. So we're like, let's just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we just walked away. But that was basically the gist of my story. And I wanted to ask you guys, was I an asshole for smoking in the park and disrupting her walk with her dog? You guys can be honest.
No.
You guys can be honest.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Well, because, like, I mean, I guess because we've been there so much that no one has ever had an issue.
Exactly.
That I'm just like, it's just surprising that somebody, I guess finally had an issue. But even then, like, it's not illegal.
It's not
yeah. Would you guys? I remember I was literally telling my girlfriend this. I was like, growing up in Los Angeles, I've seen people smoking meth. I've seen people smoking crack. I've seen people actually smoking weed. I've seen so many people smoking as I'm walking down the street in the park. Never once have I thought to be like, "Hey, bro, you shouldn't be smoking that. That's illegal." That's just like a weird interaction to be.
Yeah.
I've seen people smoke the most illegal substances you could imagine. I've seen people do fucking Nas, like just
in
full
their car
fucking
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go up to them and be like, "Hey, bro, don't do that. That's illegal." Mm-hmm. Is that not antagonistic?
Yeah.
Is that not disrespectful to also come out already out the gate? Super disrespectful.
Yeah.
I get if she would like maybe was like, "Hey, like I don't know, I have a fucking medical issue or something. Like I can't do smoke." We're also like 30 feet away and like fucking air hitting. You guys feel it at right now at sunset. It gets pretty cold out.
Yeah.
Pretty strong winds. I literally just couldn't believe that happened.
Well, also it's a huge park.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah.
There's a whole different area that you could go into of like, and I don't know. I feel like I think the other thing, at least with us, and I'm sure people do this, is that we take into account where we do it. We're like, are we around a very isolated area where people won't get it? Like sometimes when there's kids around, we're like, oh, maybe we should stop because there's a kid around. Like we're very conscious and like considerate of people when we go and spark up. These things, like, like because every time we go anywhere, we're like, okay, where's the most isolated part where there's nobody there? And we'll do our best to do that. That's how I'm like, we take all these things into consideration. It's not like we just do it just to do it and like, oh, who gives a fuck that there's people around us? Like, I think
would have understood if you were like next to her, but
no, we were far.
Or if like she was already there and you guys did it, like it was like also it's just a public park. Like people can do, I guess, whatever they want. Yeah. Like
there's literally a group of white people over like maybe like 20 feet away on the right, openly drinking. Like celebrating
and
a party.
You can't drink openly either like that. Like that for sure isn't allowed. Smoking is fine, but drinking is not allowed.
Which is what made me feel like it was low-key racially motivated too, because it was like, dude, like, why are you having a problem with specifically me?
Yeah.
Like, why specifically me? Also, like, you're fucking lying being like, like, how did you even know? You were looking at me because I did not even smoke this. I was literally lighting it up.
Yeah.
Like, you literally had your eyes peered at me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad day and, like, just took it on the first person she saw.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not take that shit lying down. I was like, fucking go away, bro.
I'm kind of
Like-
happy I never ran into like a Karen specifically about my weed.
Right?
Because it's like, well, sometimes when I do spark up alone, I always get shit before when I was doing my podcast, and it was like on a playground, like set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the comments were like, "Oh my god, like this is so disgusting. Like you're smoking around children." And I'm like, "Girl, you don't even know what time I filmed this at. You don't even know if they're in school right now, and like this whole park is to myself."
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as you were isolated, I don't think people should fucking care, because I think anywhere that you go up to, like I think it was Elysian Park when you go all the way up to like their view,
Mm-hmm.
bunch of beer bottles.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
A lot of people do stupid shit like that and just drink anywhere and any time.
Yeah.
But like even at the park, you'll see cigarette butts like all over the floor, unfortunately, from
Yeah.
people. But
Yeah.
like smoking a joint, it's like if it's not harming you, then like
Yeah, because I was like, we live in Los Angeles. Like, you must not have grown up here. Literally every park you go to is probably going to have somebody smoking weed.
Yeah.
It just what is what it is. It doesn't harm anybody.
there's a dispensary on like almost every block
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah, and I was like, and me, I'm an ethical smoker. You're gonna get mad at me. I'm not gonna leave my trash around. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick that shit
I'm
up.
responsible.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, I was hurt. I was like, why are you treating me
Man.
like she called? Oh yeah. She called me a dope fiend.
Damn.
I got called a fiend a couple times.
Yeah?
It sucks, but at the same time, I'm like, you're right.
But I was like, that
Yeah.
one threw me off guard. I was like, what the fuck? I've never heard that. I've never had
Yeah.
anybody call me a dope fiend. I was
That's
like,
funny. No,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
I just feel like I think one of the other things that pisses me off sometimes is that I'm like I also haven't smoked as much, but I feel like if I light one joint, I automatically get judged for lighting up that one joint that I haven't smoked in like a couple months. But if I have a beer, nobody says anything. Like nobody says anything. Nobody questions that I have a drinking problem. Nobody questions that. And I think that's the thing that angers me the most. Is because like I generally don't drink. I
Mhm.
don't like drinking at all. I have a beer, like I can drink a beer. I can't do hard liquor for shit. But I'm just like, why is there just this heavy judgment on me smoking a joint? But if I drink a beer every day, there's nothing questioned about me. Like I feel like there's just such a horrible, like I guess, stigma on like smoking. But I'm just like, I just get very offended on that because I'm just like, I literally try to be the best smoker that I can be. I try to be very like,
Ethical
conscious.
smokes?
Yeah, like I try to be very conscious of other people and like
Yeah,
where
I
I'm
get
doing
you.
it, what I'm doing, and like,
Yeah.
and it's just like but we get so heavily judged for that,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, it doesn't cause any harm for me to just do it. Like, there's nothing that really is done other than to myself and maybe my lungs, but like
Yeah,
that's my
exactly,
own choice.
right?
That's my own choice to do that. But that's the one thing that, like, I guess bothered me too of what you said, because they're like, bro, there's people who are openly drinking that it's completely fine when it's not. Like, you're not allowed to do that. Why do you think people had brown bags when they would like walk around with like their beer and
Yeah.
stuff? Like, that's not okay. And like smoking, people smoke cigarettes. What are you gonna tell now people who smoke cigarettes that they shouldn't be doing that either?
When I got there,
Like-
there was literally two mothers smoking cigarettes. Like when I
Yeah.
parked, I passed by two people smoking.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why I'm
know.
like, I
People pick
don't
and
get it.
choose. I
Yeah.
think the stereotype of just being like, well, as like a pothead myself, I think the minute that you say that you smoke weed, a lot of labels are gonna be in their head.
For
And they're
sure.
gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh, they're slow. I've been called everything in the book. You're an addict, you're a fiend, you're lazy, you're this, and it's just like, all right, whatever. At the end of the day, it's like, I think I'm not a drinker either,
Yeah,
because I feel like it just makes me feel, I don't know, like just stupid. I'm sorry, but like being drunk, it just made me feel like muy dejada. Like I just
Mhm.
let loose of like everything, and I'm just like, I can't do that. Like I'd rather me smoke a J, be a little lightheaded. I'm cool. I'm hungry. I'm chill, because it's like, I think when I went on that one show that I did for like a brand deal, and it was what was it? I think it was weed versus like alcohol.
Uh-huh.
So there was like a group of people that got drunk, and then my team got faded. and you can see like the difference between both of the groups, and they're a little bit more louder, a little bit more rowdy, and then with us it was just like
Shy.
just chill as
Shy,
fuck.
chill back.
Just chill.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like I don't know why people throw that stereotype so much.
Yeah.
But I've had that happen before, like especially in Latino families, like they'll look at you with weed and they're gonna be like, ugh, like you're nasty, you're gross, you're like this and that. But if it's like a drinking, like, yeah, sure, like I'll pop them with you. It's like, nah, I can't do that shit.
No, you guys are spitting, because that is what bothered me. It's like there's literally people drinking right there. You could see them. I even thought as I was arguing with her, I even thought of saying that, but I was like, I'm not gonna drag those people into here. I was like, everybody was already looking around like all scared, like what's going on?
The people be like, I don't want to like throw religion in there real quick, but like a lot of you guys be like shaming other people that sin differently than you, because it's like everything is a sin, like in my book, to like them, whoever fucking judges, mainly Karens. But it's just kind of like, dude, even if I smoke cigarettes, it's still bad for me. If I smoke weed, it's still bad. Like there's still something wrong.
Drinking a soda is bad for you.
Yeah.
You drink too much soda, your liver will literally die. So but you're right. Like, I mean, if you want to go the religious route, a lot of shit is a sin. I think even eating like pork or some shit is like a sin. I think using mixed fabrics, like regular ordinary clothes, is like a sin.
Getting tattoos is a sin.
Yeah, getting tattoos is a sin. So
having a dog on a leash is a sin. No, just
probably shit. Probably I don't even know. But I just wanted to tell you guys.
No,
I was like,
fuck a Karen.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe
she
that.
Was weird. She was weird for that.
I've never had that happen. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened to you. That's my first time that anybody ever had a problem that I was smoking weed.
No, I'm happy they don't put me in that situation.
I was like, I'm born and raised in LA. Nobody ever has had a problem with me. Now she looked like she wanted to fight like my girlfriend, but it's because it started escalating for sure. It started escalating for sure.
I'm
she was
start
like
carrying a bat from now on.
She was like, I'll never forget.
I'm happy she stood her ground.
Yeah, I'll never forget because she was like, and mind you, I'm about to curse. I was about to say slur. There was no slurs. I was
about to say slur, guys.
That part where she was like, oh, y'all trying to intimidate me? Like I'm not the one to mess with or something. And my girlfriend was like, ain't nobody scared of you, you stupid bitch.
How old was she?
She looked like she was maybe like 28, 27. Like she looked like she was in her 20s for sure. Yeah, so like not an old lady.
Wow. So she was young?
She was young.
Damn.
She was like I was like, she must not be from here. She must
Maybe she needs a joint.
She was bored.
Yeah, that's literally what I wanted to say so bad.
That's what I tell everybody who judges me about that. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you need one, bro. Like,
yeah,
I'm good.
I literally was like, we're y'all, and they're harassing me. I'm like, you literally fucking came to us.
Yeah.
I was like, we literally didn't do shit to you. We were just chilling. We were literally big chilling.
But have you know? Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
we had our fucking Jamba Juice. Did I look like a threat with slurping on some Jamba Juice? Like,
I think ever since Trump got into the office, I think a lot of Karens are feeling a little bit more bolder.
That's literally what I thought. That's crazy that you say that.
I have not seen like over on TikTok. Like, I don't know if you guys also get those like type of like videos where it's like an encounter with like a Karen or like encounter with like a racist or like, I don't know. I feel like they've been popping up a lot more heavily nowadays since he's in office. But I don't know if it could just be me.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what I thought of actually because of that interaction. It's crazy you make that connection too. Because what really like spun me into like where I really enough think it's this rising conservatism and because of Trump was because she called me a dope fiend, which is not a term I think is native to Los Angeles or California. Dope fiend is kind of something that's said like in more like rural states to like antagonize and demonize people who smoke weed, especially because it's still illegal in some of these states. So that's what really, I'm telling you, when she called me dope fiend, it really threw me off. I was like, dope
Where you from?
fiend?
No.
Yeah, I was like, where did they say that from?
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody like.
She probably thought she was in her own state because she said it was illegal.
Yeah, she said it was illegal, which it's not illegal.
I know in some states it's illegal.
No, yeah, but that's why
No,
I'm
but
like, that's why I'm like, where's she from?
No,
that she thinks
deadass.
it's illegal.
I kept thinking like, where's she from? And not even in where you from, fool? Like, but like,
you from
where
a
you-
red state, huh?
yeah, like you from a red state, huh? You're conservative, huh? Because no way that that you grew up
Audience?
here.
Audience, do you guys know where that comes from?
I
Dope fiend?
look. I'm about to look it up. I haven't looked it up since it happened, but
Dope.
I feel like I can't like antagonize or like go head to head with somebody by like talking shit. I don't know if they said something really mean, but like other than that, like I'd be trying to make that bitch laugh. I'd be like, dude, like, do you want to join or what? Like, do you want to smoke with me or what?
I was laughing because Julie, you know me, I'm not somebody who gets angry like pretty easily at all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty zenned out. The only thing I think it just immediately triggered me because she came out the gate disrespectful, and then I try to still defuse, being like, okay, so what? And then be like, so what? It's illegal. Like threatening me now? Because the whole threatening me and calling the park rangers off the bat, like off the second thing
Yeah.
is what she says.
Mhm.
She's threatening me
Yeah.
for no reason. I didn't threaten her. I
Yeah.
didn't make her feel like anything. So then I was just like, walk somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then that's where even more, walk somewhere else. Takes out her phone, calling whoever. Doubt it's the park ranger. I can guarantee you,
I just think
if she called the park ranger, they'd be like, oh, okay, we'll send someone in a few hours. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
It's the fucking park, bro.
I'm like,
Yeah.
they're usually just walking around. I'm like, and for the most part, we're there and they don't say anything.
They've seen, the
But-
park rangers have seen me smoking.
Yeah.
I
I'm like,
can't-
they've
I
seen
can't
us
even
there before.
When it's like different parks, like in LA, like if you've been to parks in LA, you know damn well that it's not always like happy and jolly. Like there's some type of activities that's going on in the background.
Yeah.
Like it's whether the
Yeah.
people are nozzing it, unfortunately, in the cars, or like no. Last time I was like at a park at nighttime, and I accidentally saw somebody doing the deed in the car.
Oh.
I'm telling you, people be using parks for different shit.
Yeah,
and that's
no, for sure.
sad. But like at the end of the day, like I don't know why she couldn't just go somewhere else.
I just think it's funny how she was like, somewhere else.
Well,
I'm gonna call. She
Like,
thought that was
girl.
like
I know.
the most
Yeah.
offensive thing you could have ever said to her.
I
Which
just told her-
again speaks on her fucking, I guess, privilege of whatever. But I'm just
I was
like,
just
what
like-
the fuck?
I was just like, move somewhere else.
Literally, you just can.
I looked it up, and it actually says that it is native to LA. It says that it comes from Compton and South Central.
Interesting.
Looking at you over there. One of yours. Maybe just grew up in a conservative household then.
She escaped, yo. She
Yeah.
escaped.
The dope fiend.
Dope fiend.
Dope fiend.
But that's such a, I've never heard
I've been
that.
called a fiend before, but like
I've called
dope
fiend,
wise,
yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Fucking
dope
fiend.
wise, I'm
But
just like
dope fiend?
dope
Yeah.
fiend.
Yeah, like I've been called fiend, but like friendly, like by my friends. Like if I'm
Same.
like you guys trying to smoke, it was like fucking fiend.
Yeah.
Like that. Like you know what I mean? Like that. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty much the end of
Wait,
my segment.
And you know what we should do now? We should go smoke over there.
That's literally what I fucking thought of. I was like, you're not
This
about
year
to.
again.
All the homies.
That's what I thought. When I see her again, oh my god.
You again.
I
This
this
time-
just made besties
No, but
with
this
her,
time-
bro.
This time, just offer
This
her
time-
some.
Just
I'm-
offer a joint.
This time I'm gonna record her and expose her.
I'm be like, is it because you didn't like that we weren't sharing? Did you want some?
Did you want to join?
Did you want to join? You got mad that I was like, go away.
Because sometimes that's what people need, and that's what I wish people would do. Like, as a cannabis creator, I really wish people would just experience a joint of any strain that they want, whatever they want to feel. Like, just vibe, bro.
Doesn't have
Like,
to be that strong.
It's because a lot of people say that, like, it gets them paranoid, but
For
I'm
sure.
just like, how much did you do, bro?
No, yeah.
Like,
Or how strong was this strain?
Yeah.
but I don't know.
No, I
don't know how
agree.
people can prefer alcohol or weed, respectfully.
No, I agree.
Do you drink?
Yeah, I drink, but I don't drink like. I think I smoke way more than I drink. Not even I
Yeah.
think. I smoke way more than I drink. I only drink on like occasions where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my friends.
Celebrations.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
yeah,
get you.
yeah, like that. Like,
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know, drinking gives me stomach problems. And like weed has
That's real.
never given me a hungover.
Oh, true.
Vibes.
Vibes
Just
type
makes me knock
shit.
out.
It just makes me hungry.
Type shit.
That's
Weed
it.
makes me so fucking hungry, dude. It's crazy. Like I need to like, I plan this is how much munchies really do control me. Like I'll go to Wingstop and I'll get like I'll be stupid faded and hungry, and I'll only get the 6-piece because I know if I get that 10-piece, it doesn't matter if at 4 pieces I'm already full. I'm gonna finish that 10-piece, and then I'm gonna regret it the next day. That's the one I don't get a hangover, But I have had times where I'll wake up the next day after being high and I'll be like, fuck, what the fuck did I eat? I ate like 10 different things.
The toilet's the best friend in the morning.
I eat like hot chips, wings,
Good.
cookies, like cake, anything I found in my fridge.
But sometimes I'll just catch him in the kitchen. I'm like,
Aww.
this one.
I'm telling you.
He's trying to he's trying to find something in the kitchen right now. I was like, there's nothing here, bro.
When I
There's
get the
nothing
munchies, I just be scouring the cabinets
I don't
like
know
a
if
rat.
this is like a stoner thing, but like, do you guys also get like paranoid if you guys are like faded out in public?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, cause same.
Usually, if we're like gonna order
Yeah.
food or something, I'm like,
Same,
fuck.
bro.
I'm like, he can tell.
I'd be asking my friend, "Hey, can you order for me?"
I used to do that, but now I'm just like, fuck it. I've grown enough to where I'm like, they know I'm faded. You know I'm
Yeah.
faded.
Exactly.
No, yeah,
Like-
I've had that same thought too, where I'm like paying. I'm like, they know I'm faded. They know.
Like they'll
They
just
know.
chill. They'll
Yeah.
just be like, okay.
It's
for
when
sure.
they like randomly like smile at you, and I'm just like, "Stop, you know, huh? Don't play with me." I went to go get seafood boil last night for like a little like late birthday dinner.
Oh wow!
and
Happy birthday, by the
no.
way.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody in the audience in unison. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday.
And well, that whole fucking thing, I was faded as fuck about to eat the seafood boil. And tell me why. I was like, the waiter, I just kept looking at him, and I'm just like trying my best not to be awkward. And like he just kept like smiling at me, and I'm just like, "Hey, can I just ask you something?" He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "You know, huh? Like, you know, we're both faded." And then he's like, "Yeah, I could kind of tell." I'm like, you see, like I'm not just like paranoid and faded. Like I know they know I'm faded.
Have you
So
ever
it's like-
been recognized off of your Instagram while faded?
At Porto's Bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of my best experiences. Shout out to them. But I was in my hoodie. I just finished like after the gym. And I was like, I just smoked one, put on my hoodie. I was going to order. And then I see this girl, and she was like she just kind of like scooching down. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like looking at my friend. I'm like, yo, why the fuck she's staring at me? And then she like goes up to me. She's like, oh my God, like, are you Angelie? And I'm like, yes. And then she's like, oh my God, like, I love your videos. This and that. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I didn't think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until maybe after we were ordering, this other guy came up to me and was like, okay, so what do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean, what do I want? And then they're like, yeah, like, we got you. So they treated me to anything on the menu.
What?
Me and my friend. Yeah, it was, like, really sweet. They, like, talked to the manager, and they were like, no, it's okay. Like, let her choose it or whatever. Let her choose whatever she wants. And I think it was, like, a $50, like, bill, because I was too scared to, like, bro, I was faded. I wanted to order a lot of shit, but I didn't want to be, like, high, like, you know, I didn't want to seem vergüenza. You know what I'm saying? Like, tenía pena. And I'm like, fuck, like, let me just get, like, a couple things. And, no, yeah, that was, like,
You're better than
one of a couple
me.
things.
I would have been like, fuck, give me like 3 drinks. I'm only gonna drink 1, but let me save these for another day.
Get a
Dude,
get a
their
cake
bun
on the
is
side.
so good.
Yeah.
Their cheese danishes be bomb as fuck. But, no, yeah, I was, like, very
That's
nervous.
sick though.
That's
Damn.
cool.
But to be fucking faded, I'm just like, fuck, bro. I'm sorry if I'm slow right now, but thank you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The worst that happened to me was I remember I was at have you ever been to Club Nocturno or
I want to go.
It's cool, it's sick. I'm like a regular there, so a few people have come up to me like
I'm only mutuals
recognizing
with
me.
them, unfortunately. Unfortunately,
But-
I'll visit soon.
this one time this dude came up to me and it was already like late, must have already been like 1 a.m. You already know I was a little crossed. Not a little, I was pretty crossed. I was pretty much drunk.
Crossed is so scary.
Crossed is scary, but I like it.
It feels nice.
It was nice. So I was super crossed, probably super faded and drunk, and some big ass dude, fucking super tall dude, towering over me, comes up to me thinking like, what the fuck? Like, what's this guy's problem? He goes in my ear, super loud music playing. He's like, bro, you have a podcast, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, bro, I seen your clips. I really love, and then right as he's talking, fucking the next song blasting, blah, 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 blah. He's like he's pouring his heart out to me because he's drunk too. He's like, I can't hear a single thing he's saying, bro. I'm just
Hey,
like,
shout out to him though. Much
hey,
love,
shout
much
out to
love,
him
much
though.
love.
Shout out to
Yeah.
him. I hope you're listening to this right now. I'm sorry I didn't hear your whole speech, but it meant a lot. It did mean a lot. I was crossed, so it low-key almost made me emotional. But it was really cool.
Aw.
It was really cool of you to come up to me and give me my flowers and to also just like be somebody who just cares about issues that we talk about.
Yeah.
But that was just so
There-
funny because I just remember like big dude like literally towering over me, just like like talking to me, like pouring his heart out. Like I could just tell it was spitting on me because he was drunk, and I was just like, I wonder what this fool is saying.
I know I don't understand you.
Yeah, but that's weird. And then he just dabbed me up, and I was like, "That's cool, bro."
It's happened to us before too.
Yeah.
We were at the same park where that whole thing happened.
Oh yeah.
And somebody was all
Me
time.
and Julie were like off an edible.
Yeah. We were off an edible. Yeah, we were
And it
off
was like
an edible.
peak like hitting.
Yeah. We were just like walking around, and then we just hear somebody be like, "We watch your podcast," and then we're like, "Where's that coming from?" And
I
then,
know. We were like paranoid.
yeah, we were like, I generally was like, "Did I hear that, or is that just in my head?" And then we just see like this guy and this girl, and then she yells it again. She's like, "We watch your podcast," and that's when we finally looked at them. And I remember just freezing, and I'm like, "What do we say?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm fucking faded right now."
I know.
I felt so bad.
awkward,
I felt so
yeah.
bad because I was like, I wanted to say more, but I just couldn't think of anything because I was just like on the edible. Shout out to them too.
Shout out to them.
Shout
They were
out
cool.
to them.
They were like
they were
practicing.
cool too. Yeah, they were practicing. They were doing something.
Like a dance or something.
Yeah, and then we were just like, I think we just said like, "Oh, thank you," and
Yeah.
then we kind of just like walked away.
I did feel bad though.
Yeah, because I was.
we just like wanted to get out.
Because we were like, "Bro, we're faded as fuck right now." Like we took an edible.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. Don't look at this, please. This isn't who I am. I swear.
Yeah, I just remember being like, "Bro, I look crazy right now."
I get embarrassed. Like if I'm faded and then they catch me faded, I'm like, look, I know I do this, but like, chill.
Because I was gonna say like at least your content like that's like what people would expect, right?
That's what I'm saying. But like even when I got like noticed at the gym, bro, it'd be awkward. It'd be awkward.
At the
as
gym,
fuck.
it would for sure be awkward.
Yeah, because like I'm done finishing a set, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Yo," I'm like, "Yeah," and then he's like, "You were on a podcast, right?" So like I've gotten a lot that they've seen like our video, yeah. So like they know us together. So I was just like, "Yeah, like I've been on TODO CHIDO," and then they're like, "Yeah, so like, what is it that you do?" Mind you, I'm a little faded like at the gym, and I'm just like I'm trying so hard not to sound so fucking stupid because I'm like locked in on my workout, and I'm like, I just be yapping, just about like different stuff, It's a one man show, I don't know. And then he's like, yeah, that's cool. And then he's like, all right then, well, I'll see you later, good shit. And I'm just like, okay, like I don't know how to like feel when people like kind of notice me, because I think it falls into place, especially when you're faded. I don't know if you guys thought that, where you're just like, damn, I'm actually like being seen from people. Like that's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, for sure.
To be like told that, give me your flowers.
And then imagine being faded as you make that
That's what I'm
realization.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh shit, like you actually like, and even in your head when you're talking to them, you're like, do they know I'm faded right now?
Yeah, that's why it related to do you guys ever get, when you ask this, do you guys ever get paranoid when you get faded in public? I do, just because we do have an online presence. So I'm like, are there people who recognize me and like they see these bloodshot eyes, this dummy? I get so clumsy when I get high too, so I just be dropping shit all the time. I'm just like, fuck.
I stare at the ground like when I'm walking. I can't look up.
No,
like, I can't when I'm faded, and if I'm like hanging out with people, like I have to have you guys order for me, because I can't. I just be stumbling over my words. Like I think at Pollo Loco, they were like telling me like what type of option I wanted or something, and then he just looked at me repeating again. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, do you want the combo or do you want it by itself? And I'm like, oh, I'll just take the combo, yeah. And then he's like, okay, well, I need your sides, and I'm like, yeah. And I was just so slow. I was like, fuck, bro. I was like, my fucking bad.
Lock in.
I was like,
Bro,
fuck.
sometimes we would go through the drive-thrus. And that shit was always horrible because sometimes the speaker, I can't even hear. First off, I can't hear.
You have to
normal.
like, yell.
And so then when they're like talking, I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? And then I look at him and I'm like, what did he say?
And
I
my
was like,
faded ass is like, damn, I wasn't listening, bro.
Yeah. I was like, what did he say? I'm like, what is he asking? He's like, just order. And I'm like, okay. And I just started like ordering.
Do you
But
guys get
we've
awkward
had so
with
many.
family, like when you're faded, or no? Do they try to talk to you, or like you stay far away?
I try to stay away from my parents
Yeah.
when I'm faded.
As you
Yeah.
should, as you should.
It's hard when I'm on an edible though.
For sure.
On an edible, I feel like you can like easily tell.
Our
that-
face, my
Yeah.
face changes on edibles. Like you could see it.
Bruh, it was funny. One time, we didn't smoke. We didn't do anything. My mom comes into the living room. She's like, "Did y'all smoke weed?" And we're like, "No." We're literally sober.
Yeah, dead
we're
ass.
literally dead
I
ass
remember
sober.
this.
And then she's like, it smells like weed. And we're like, and we both look at each other. We're like, we generally did not smoke. And then she's like, no, you guys smoked weed because it smells in here. And we're like, well, we look at each other. We're like, bro, we don't have anything on us. We're not faded at all. We have no like edible. And I'm like, where's she getting it? And then we were like, are we faded? Like, are we faded? I was like, are we faded? Are we actually?
Did we get so faded we forgot?
I know. We were like, but we generally didn't smoke anything. My mom was just like, it smells in here. We're like, we have
I do remember
nothing
that.
on us.
It felt like the boy who cried wolf. I was like, I swear, not this time.
Yeah.
Not this time, I swear.
That shit was funny though.
Yeah. But I guess moving on a little bit in terms of topics for the podcast, since we're talking about weed, I think this one goes in line. Since it is spooky season, a little fun question I'm going to go ahead and ask them is, what is the scariest memory you guys have while high?
Damn.
If you guys want, I can go first. I already know mine easily.
I feel like the thing with me is I don't really have one.
Oh. You've never been like high and scared? Or had a high and
and
scary
scared.
moment?
The only time would be when it was with them, and this was just like me being paranoid, but this was during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
When we would smoke in the fucking dark. It was in like our backyard at our old house. But we would smoke in the backyard, and sometimes they would be talking about like some government shit or like anything just like
The world.
just the world related. And for some reason I would always think that somebody was like spying and listening to our conversations. And so I would spook myself into thinking like, bruh, somebody's gonna come up and like grab
Shoot
us. Yeah, like shoot us. Because they did. They
They're
made that
coming.
comment. They made that comment once. They're like, bro, like they're gonna come over here and shoot us. And the whole time I kept thinking about like, if I see a red light right now, I'm gonna fucking scream. Cause like, yeah, they would like talk about like just stuff that was like going on with the government. Of course, like during COVID time, there's
Basically,
a shit ton of things
The
happening.
podcast before the podcast.
Yeah, basically. But those were the only times that I would ever say that I would get spooked, especially because we were outside and we were just like smoking in the back, like in the fucking pitch dark. I couldn't even see them. Like,
the impending doom.
Yeah.
I feel you, dude.
yeah,
That's true.
But that's the only, I guess, one that I thought of when you mentioned that.
That's cool.
that's
That's
the only
that's
thing
cool.
I
That's cool.
could
I
say.
give that one a 6 out of 10 in spooks.
I thought you were saying a 5.
Oh, nah. I give it a 6 out of 10 in spooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 10 because I'm the same way if I get faded and I see the news and I'm like, turn that shit off. I'm not about to stress myself out right now.
I remember we would always scare you though,
Yeah.
because we would. I don't know why me and
They
Brandon,
would always talk about something scary.
we would get high and talk about scary shit.
I remember one time I finally was like, "Can you guys just stop?
Yeah.
Like, can you guys just stop?" Like,
She should have was
please.
like, "Can we not talk about this anymore,
Yeah.
please?"
This
I
is
was
not
like-
the vibra.
I was like, "Can we not talk about scary stuff anymore?"
I didn't even
please?"
mean to. I didn't even notice that. That's what we
But
were
they
doing
would
until you
always
pointed
like
it out.
it'd be something like funny, and then it would just turn into something serious and scary. And I'm like, "Bruh, just can you guys stop?"
I
Like,
don't know what would
please."
happen. I don't know why
Yeah,
it would always
it
happen.
generally would just happen out of nowhere. Like it'd be fine, and then they automatically would just like get to that.
I
place.
remember we were talking about like scary
Yeah.
shit. Like it was. I don't know what was going on. 2020, I guess. The vibes.
I guess.
What about you?
It's a little bit of a long one, but not really at the same time.
Like, go ahead.
Okay. So when I was growing up, my grandma, I was being raised by my grandparents. So my grandma had this friend, and she ended up passing away, like, I believe 3 years ago from now. But it was pretty recent. And growing up with her, like, she always gave me, like, the vibe of, like, she wanted to look out for me. And, like, she always concerned about me, right? So one day, this guy asked me to do a collab with him, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I decided to go. It was to a Dodger game. And we were going to shoot some content. And I had this, like, gut feeling that things were just not going to go good.
What?
For, like, some fucking weird-ass reason, right? So he then goes and brings his, like, fancy-ass car, cool, whatever. And to me, like, if you have a fast-ass car, you better know how to, like, drive it, manage it. Because it's like, why are you going to get a fast car for what? You know?
Yeah.
So the way that he was like speeding on the freeway, that scared the living shit out of me, right? So we're both cannabis creators, and I'm thinking nothing of it, right? So the minute that the game is over, he's like offering me like, hey, like, do you want to dab? And just I'm like, nah, bro, like I'm straight. I'd rather do like a joint. I'm cool.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking, and I think he's going like maybe 100, maybe 90. I don't fucking know. But it was like one of those moments where like the car is like juking back and forth, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I know I'm protected. I'll be fine. I'm straight. Let me just make it home in peace. Okay. So I go. We're already like exiting off the freeway, right? And I'm telling him to slow down because I see this older woman crossing the street. And she was not only crossing the street, she wasn't jaywalking. She was literally walking in a straight line. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is she on crack? Like, oh my God, like, I don't want her to get ran over. So I tell him, I'm like, just slow down a bit. Like, you're going to turn either ways, like, to drop me off. He's like, okay. The minute that he's fucking slowing down, bro, I take a glimpse at this lady's face. Igualita se pareció, like, at my grandma's friend that passed away. Like, whoa. Immediately. So I started getting chills, right? And I'm faded, right? So he looks over at me, bro. I'm bawling. I'm tearing up, and I'm, like, white. And, like, I feel like I saw a ghost, and I'm just, like, I felt bad because she was known for always crossing the street to get to our house. She was always right there, like, visiting us, me and my grandma, right? That wasn't the fucking scary part. So we then dropped me off, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just need some time alone right now. So I just get out the car, I'm about to go in. It's already nighttime. And then I get my dog, obviously, to go to bed. And she started doing some, like, weird-ass shit. And she was literally, like, going inside the room. I'm like, okay, nothing bad is happening. The alarm clock that my grandma's friend gave me, it started, like, beeping in my room. And I'm just like, it's probably nothing. I'm just going to unplug it, call it a night. Okay, cool. So I'm already, like, getting the bed ready. And then I see Casper, my dog, looking to the corner. And mind you, like, this corner has given me problems in my room. Like, I was always scared of this corner when I was little, but I never paid no mind to it growing up no more. So Casper was just looking, and she was like, like whining. And I'm, like, faded as fuck. And I know what to do. And, I yell, and I'm like, Casper, like, get on the bed now. And I'm like, I don't have time for this shit, bro. I'm scared. and then I get her, and we're like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then I just started hearing, like, little, like, footsteps, like, in the hallway. At that point, I turned over, and then Casper just kept, like, whining. And I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is wrong with her, bro? So I just kept hugging her until I fell asleep. And that was when I was too fucking faded. I was like, and I looked at my grandma. I told her the next morning, I'm like, Mom, like, I think she came to visit me. I don't know what it was. And then she's like, well, I always pray for her to look out for you. And I'm like, girl, like, what the hell? Like, literally. So I'm just, like, faded out of my mind. And on that bed on that night, I wasn't sure. But I think I experienced her, in my opinion. But that shit just scared the living shit out of me when I was faded.
Either her or a demon.
Stop. Don't say that shit, bro.
Have you ever heard that thing about how they say that the demons disguise themselves as people you've lost to try and convince you?
Yes, that's the reason why, like, I've always, well, to be honest, like, my house, I've always, like, felt like it was haunted in some way. But this is also a spooky thing that I wanted to mention, that children, and this is, it's facts, okay? I don't want to be crazy right now, okay? But basically, if you research the Hat Man, it actually appears that a lot of children see it because they experience trauma, supposedly. Or it's basically like a slender man, but a hat man that just views you when you're sleeping at night. So like a shadow man. Mm-hmm. And I've asked other people about it. I've also asked my aunt about it. And then she's like, wait, you saw the same silhouette? And I'm like, girl, yes, like in middle school, but like not anymore. But like, I don't know, could be true.
I could see. I saw a video recently where people are saying that the Hat Man exists in multiple cultures around the world. Mm-hmm. So it's suspicious. Makes you think. I wonder what the Hat Man is. You know what I mean? I've had friends who say they've seen the Hat Man. Apparently, if you take a lot of Benadryl, you see the Hat Man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't know why. Apparently, taking a lot of Benadryl gives you weird, like, scary hallucinations. Or you see the reality.
I'm dead.
It opens your third eye. Who knows?
I think
you just hallucinate.
I think it's children and animals that see shit, dude.
Maybe
think so.
I could see more animals, because I think the way that dogs can pick up different vibrations, like they can hear stuff that humans can't, and also there's a lot of animals that see colors that humans can't. So I really do think that the world is filled with multidimensional things.
Yeah.
Like that's just the reality. That's just what science says. So I do think that some animals see shit that we don't, and I think that it can explain like ghosts or like paranormal stuff. I really do
100%.
think it's like, it really is that deep, and then it doesn't even feel that fantastical to me. It feels
Yeah.
like science. To me, it feels like it has to be. It can't be like it's so boring in a weird way.
Yeah.
But for me, my scariest. Wait, actually, let me rank your spook
I'm
story.
dead.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I think that was an 8
Okay.
out of 10 on spooks.
Okay.
I think that was pretty scary.
I thought of the same thing.
Right? 8 out of 10.
I said 8.
Mine is more of threatening than scary, I think, but was the scariest moment for sure that I ever had when I was high. I've told you this story, Julie. But I was at the LA River already. You're gonna hear so many things that you're like, well, duh. I was at the LA River. It was maybe like close to like maybe 1 a.m. Like, was there with like a couple of friends. Were smoking like crazy. We might have smoked like 3 joints and then like 2 blunts. Like we were smoking like crazy. It's because one of our friends had one of his college friends that lived on like the East Coast of the United States over, and so over there it's like weed's illegal, so we were just going all crazy with it. And when we were smoking by the LA River, we saw that there was like this car doing donuts like in this empty lot that's just like abandoned by like the LA River. This like white car with tinted windows, and they were like blasting like corridos or whatever. And then we pay no attention to them. We're just minding our own business. We're like doing our own thing. And then they come up to us and they're like, "Hey, whose car was like parked like over by the entrance over there? Like it's blocking the exit. Like we just want to know so we could take like our car out, right?" We're like, "All right, for sure." And we start walking over there, and they're like driving like directly behind us, like their car, like directly, like we're walking right here, and their car's right here, like following us super close. I don't know. It was just faded. Didn't think much of it. It was just like, all right, whatever. We get there. My friend moves his car. They get in their car and they start driving away. And it's like a straight road, so they're still driving and they can see us even though they're leaving. And as they're leaving, the homie who's from the East Coast and just never learned to like mind your business, like turns on his flashlight and starts looking at like the locks. Because what was really weird was that they had locks to the entrance, so they were able to open up the gate and then close it and lock it, which is weird. Like I don't know what that means. Even to this day, I don't know what that means. But we hear the car that's going away stop, like screech, take like a super deep stop, and then start backing up, like coming back to us. And the two dudes who were just there, they get out and they're like, "Who was talking shit? Who was talking shit?" And me and my homies are looking around at each other like, he's fucking around, right? And he's like, "Who was talking shit? Like, I heard you guys, one of you guys was talking shit." And we're like, "No, none of us were saying anything." And I remember I genuinely thought he was like fucking around or something. And he's like, "Nah, like you guys don't know who you guys are fucking with." And they flash like their fucking guns at us and he's like, "Nah, you guys don't know who you're fucking with." And we're like, "Whoa, like we're just gonna dip then, like we're just gonna get in a car." And we get in the car, and the dude like steps in front of the car so that way like I guess we don't drive. But the homie, shout out the homie Omar. The homie Omar grew up in Boyle Heights. He didn't give a fuck. He fucking just sped around that guy and just fucking got out. We literally saw him in the rearview mirror get in the car really quick. But luckily, home court advantage. We knew exactly where we were at, and so we took like a detour and we lost them. They were like trying to follow us. But that shit was pretty fucking scary. We were like stupid faded. I remember the homie Patrick. I remember he was just like sitting like blankly staring after it happened in the back of the car. And I was like, "Are you good, bro?" And he's like, "That really happened, bro? Did that really just happen? Like, damn, we just got harassed for like
Literally nothing.
for literally nothing, like just saying that we were talking shit." I think it was what really was that he was upset with. I don't think he thought that we were talking shit. I think it was that he saw that we were looking at the little lock thing, they must have been into some deep shit or I don't know what. But the fact they had keys for something like that, a little suspicious. But whatever it was, they clearly didn't like that the homie over here was looking at the lock, and then they chased us, but we got out. It was probably the most scariest thing because I was like, I'm not in the right state of mind to be dealing with something like this.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, I don't know what to do. I think we should just leave. Fight or flight kicked in, and I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. No way, there was like maybe like 3 or 4 of us. Like, no way our faded asses are gonna think of the best like plan of action to do right now. Like, let's just get in the car and dip, and we did.
Good move though. I would have been too baked for that shit to handle. I'm like, yo, I just smoked, bro. What are you on?
Yeah, I was like, cause he like slapped like my elbow, cause I was like standing like this, so he like went like that, like to my elbow, and that's where I was like, all right, well, I'm not fucking with you. Let's just dip. Like, I'm not fucking with this vibe. Clearly, these dudes are like trying to antagonize us or something. Yeah. And also, it's like 1 a.m. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere. We're literally in the LA River. Yeah. Like, we couldn't have been in a more prime spot to get robbed or killed or whatever the fuck would have happened.
At 1 a.m?
Yeah,
y'all are ballsy for that.
I don't know what we were just hanging out like late, so we were just well, it was like summer or something. I think we were probably all like unemployed too, so unemployed activities. We were like there, and then we stopped at like a Denny's like parking lot just to like process, and it was so funny because no, how many of us were there? There's 5 of us actually. There's 5 of us. And it was funny because one of the dudes, he was from South Central LA. It was the first time I had met him. He was one of my homies. And he was like the most chill out of everybody. He was like telling his friend, I'm not gonna use his real name. I'm gonna call him Cameron. He was like, I told you, Cameron, you mind your business, bro. I warned you, bro. I warned you. I was like, I'm gonna take you to my city, and you're gonna have to learn to mind your business. And I felt bad for him though, because he grew up, I think, in Vermont, the Cameron dude. And he was pretty shook. He like just kept saying over and over, like, that was not cool, bro. Like, that was not cool. Like, nah, that's not funny. Like, that was not cool. Like, over and over. Because I'm telling you, we were like peak faded out of our minds. So you already get paranoid when you're high.
That's it. It's raps.
Yeah, it was raps for sure. It took some seconds to like lower the heart rate a little. Of like, damn, that was crazy. But for sure, the homie who drove, he was chilling. He was like, just sometimes you just get punked on by some fucking random dudes.
Bro, I would have been like, bro, you're dead ass fucking up my high right now. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah, like, it's his first time, bro.
I know he would have looked at me if I told him that. I know he would have looked at me like, this guy wants to die. This guy wants to die. I would be like, no, please.
Oof, but I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. Cause if somebody were to pull up on me, I'd be like, dude, like.
And while you're faded,
I'm smoking, minding my business. Like, what? No, that's.
It was hard to process because we were just so high. I was like, what the fuck? Is this really fucking happening? Yeah. I'm gonna have to survive right now.
They look like grown?
They were grown. They were both tall. One of them was like tall and like chubby. He looked like Samoan. He had like a do-rag on. It was kind of funny. All tatted up. They just had
intimidating.
For sure, intimidating. Hell for sure. Yeah. I mean, the gun was intimidating enough. But that's probably the scariest moment that I've had while faded. Damn. Julie, what would you rate that?
8.5.
Damn, only a 0.5 higher than hers. How's that fair? How is that fair?
Hers was scarier.
I guess hers was scarier.
She mentioned the Hat Man.
True, that is true.
I mentioned the spooky
in
vibes.
Spook, yeah.
True,
she had more spook.
True.
But yours was there in like real life.
Real life threat.
Death.
That is fucking scary.
Death. No, but I'm telling you, like, it's funny because when I tell people that story, they're like, well, why the fuck were you in the river like that late? And I'm like, I know. Basically just like set ourselves up. Like, there's no reason we should have been there. You know what's crazy? I haven't been back there since that happened. That was
As you should. Fuck that.
True.
Don't go back there.
True. But we're running kind of long, but is there one topic left, Julie, that you feel like you want to speak on?
I don't know. There's still we can either do the dog food one or the weed is bougie now.
I think the dog food, because she was like, what
She
the
was
fuck
like-
is
kind
the
of
dog?
concerned.
Okay, so the dog food is, so there was this trend going on TikTok about wives asking their husbands to pack their lunch.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Wow. So I'm the only one who doesn't know. What?
I
Okay,
guess not.
explain it to me. Break it down
Okay,
to me.
so there's this thing of like, yeah, so a trend, and then there's this one specific one that I saw that I think went really, really viral. And it's this lady, I think she's a teacher, and she's gonna eat lunch, right? Because the trick is that you can't open it until you have lunch, so you don't know what's in the bag until you have to go to lunch. And so she finally was like, oh, like, watch me like unpack my bag to see what my husband packed for me for lunch. I can't remember exactly what the first few items were, but basically a lot of them were like open, like half-eaten stuff.
That's
Basically
fucked up.
like you know, like the bags of chips, like
Yeah.
it was like the lowest of the low.
Damn.
There's like cookies, but like
On purpose or
there's-
like as a joke?
I don't know. Supposedly it was as a joke.
Okay.
And then the last thing that she like grabs is a bag, like a Ziploc bag, full of dog food. And then I guess he put a post-it that says, "Oh, because you're my dog, you know, like you're my homie, like you're my dog." And so she gets dog food. And there was like heavy criticism on the TikTok because they were like, "What the fuck? Like, why did he pack you?" First off, he packed you a whole bunch of shitty stuff, and then on top of that, he packed you a whole bag of dog food. And everybody was basically just telling her like, "Oh, your husband doesn't love
Yeah.
you, this and that." A little more, I guess, lore on that specific video. I think eventually her sister came out saying that they both packed it. So it was the wife's sister and her husband. They both packed it, thinking that it was a joke to like be funny. And they were like on, and then the sister came out making a TikTok saying like, no, like her husband really loves her and like he's very caring and like this was just all a joke. Like we were all just kidding. And then, you know, TikTok being like, oh, like, why the fuck are you like living with like your sister and her husband and like packing up their food and this and that? And right.
I
like,
didn't even question that.
but people were just like, you know, TikTok
Yeah.
adding more, I guess, lore
Interesting.
and cheesemate to it. But I just wanted to know, what do you guys think about like them actually doing this trend and then them actually packing up shitty stuff in it?
I mean, it started off as a joke. I get why people would be upset though, because it's like I guess it gives off that misogynistic idea of like women are less than human because like the dog food.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I don't know their relationship, so I don't know if
Yeah.
like they be fucking around like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it does give off like, I guess, like a little bit of a weird vibes, like the fucking dog food.
Yeah.
And like I get why people would be just like raise an eyebrow to what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on there.
I think that one was taken a lot more to the extreme because I think when you watch other videos, it is a little more like, I guess, funny in a sense of like, I think one of them was like he packed a Coke, like a Diet Coke, and then he gave her money, like go buy yourself something kind of
Oh.
thing. Like but this one I think people took it even more of like an offense because they were like, bruh,
He
you
fucking
literally he
hates you?
gave he hates you. He
Yeah.
gave you dog food. Like what the fuck is that? And then it's the fact that like every other thing that was given was something that was open or like half eaten, you know? And that's why people were like, that's a strange thing. Like I get it. There's a
Giving
point to be
leftovers.
funny, but then there's like now it's like that's just a little weird. Like
Yeah, I
like
see it.
you literally have to eat like crumbs now. Like
Well, what do you think?
I just thought it was interesting that he packed the dog food. I don't know. I would feel offended too. I'd be
Yeah.
like super offended. Like, bruh, I'm not a dog. I'm not. This isn't edible to me. Like, I can't eat this at all. And like, this is what I'm gonna have for lunch. Like, this is all you packed me for lunch. It was like you didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I took it.
What do you think?
I think nowadays you can't tell like that's what I hate about social media too. Like even though I work in it, you can't tell what's real or not. Like
Mhm.
people be doing so many skits, so many pranks, and
Yeah.
it's like the minute that you cry werewolf basically or wolf, like nobody's gonna believe you and think that, oh yeah, but like wasn't it a joke? But I think it's weird about that situation because I only know like I didn't know about the sister part.
Yeah.
That's the only part I didn't know. But I think even having your sister tune in on the joke with your man, it's a little bit like, huh? Like, what do you mean? Like, you guys are giving me leftover food And then you guys are giving me dog food on the side and being like, yeah, you're my dog, like this and that. Like, I don't know. Like, I would feel a certain type of way. Like, I would raise an eyebrow. But, like, to other people, like, I don't think you can. See, that's the thing, is that when you bring shit to, like, the public and you expect that people are not going to judge you, dude, you're putting that shit out to the public. And you're having everybody have a comment on you. So if you can't handle that, it's like, you can't really go back and be like, oh, no, but, like, we're just kidding. It's like, okay, but, like, if you're trying to make it a joke, at least put that out there first. You get what I'm saying? But I still think it's weird and, like, disrespectful. Like, even when I see, like, different types of, like, skits, like, even if it is a skit, because that's something I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
But when people do that type of shit, it's like, I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah, I get you. I also feel like people put way too much of their personal lives on the internet. That was just funny to say because I literally have been yapping about my personal life like for like over an hour. But I feel like in that sense, like she didn't have to upload that video either. Like keep it personal and stuff. But now that she has, you have like thousands of people being like, your man ain't shit and break up with your man, which is valid as they should, right?
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that like, I guess stuff like that is enough to make people like come in droves until her like that her man doesn't love her.
Yeah.
It's just interesting, and I don't think it's a negative thing. Honestly, it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I guess my feelings would be hurt. I feel like my ass would be like, are you fucking with me? Like, is this really like food you just put it in a doggy bag? And then my dumb ass would like low-key like taste it to see if it was. And then I'd be like, oh, it is dog food. And then I'd be sad.
No, yeah. Well, because I'm like, at least to me, it was just like, you gave her, this is her lunch, right? But none of it felt like filling enough to be that. And then on top of that, it's dog food. And I'm like, I feel like I would be extremely offended. I'd be like, bro, what? I get it if you're trying to be funny, because like the post-it said, oh, because you're my dog, sure. But I'm just like, but everything else is also just as horrible. Like there's nothing there that you can actually have for lunch.
Maybe it was the Sabrina Carpenter effect. Do you remember she had that album cover where it was Man's Best Friend and she was like on like a
all fours?
Yeah. The Sabrina Carpenter effect.
Damn.
Like how we were saying the lady yelling at me was an effect of Trump.
Maybe.
The conservatism. Yeah.
It's an all-time high right now.
I just think people need to be more mindful of what they post, dude. Because it's like sometimes like when they put their whole lives out there and they're like, oh my God, but like we didn't ask for this and this and that. I'm like, but you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah, like
kind of hard.
I don't know if you guys saw that video. I want to say maybe you guys have. It's gone like mega viral. I saw it first on TikTok and then I saw it on Twitter. It's this lady who's recording her niece, and she's like, my niece just found out the age gap of my parents, and she's like, you were a victim. Was she Indian? I think so.
Yeah, I think
so.
It.
Yeah. And she's like, you were a victim. And like the person who uploaded it got like all mad, telling them like, because in the video they tell her like that didn't exist back then, and a lot of people got upset with the parents being like damn, you really like, I guess defending the age gap. And then she said in the comments that her mom was 15 and her dad was 25 when they got together. And so everybody got mad at her, and she's like, she replied in the comments saying something like, actually, like, my dad, she deleted it, but they screenshotted it and people were uploading it. It's like, actually, my dad was the victim because he's a very quiet, muted guy, and she's a very, like, aggressive, loud woman. So my dad was low-key the victim in the relationship. And people were like, bruh, she was literally 15 years old and he was 25. But this is just to say, I bring it up just to say, like, it kind of goes in line with what you said, like, people should be more aware of what they're going to upload, because then now she's super mad about it, even though she literally uploaded that video herself.
Wait, so she uploaded her niece?
Her niece's reaction to hearing the age gap of her parents.
Oh, damn.
And it was 15 and 25. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Pretty crazy.
Well, it's just, it's just crazy. Because, like,
no one asked you to upload that, bro.
Yeah. I also feel like that's just something, like, your family business, you know? And I feel like if you don't want people to judge your family business, then don't put it out in the public.
Because there's only so much that you can share. And I feel like it's not like, how can I say this? And I don't want people that are like social media users to take it up the ass. But like realistically, like you're not supposed to share your everyday life. Like I understand, like, you know, it's cool to post what you're doing and like what you're up to, but like at the same time, like people are gonna come with their opinions.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? So I feel like when people do like stupid ass pranks like that too, like I'm pretty sure you've seen like, oh, like my boyfriend's cheating on me prank or like anything like that, and it's just like, why are you gonna prank a real life situation and then your dumbass may fall for it that he actually is cheating on you? And it's like, I don't know, and then people have their opinions in the comments, and it's like I'd rather not put my business out there instead of like put other stuff.
And for what? For like clicks and views and stuff, like such like shallow shit. You know,
especially when people try to get like family channels and shit like that. It's like
that shit makes me cringe. No offense to anybody out there.
It's like, I understand, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, why are you putting your baby up there for views?
Yeah, weird. No, I agree. The family YouTubers one is a whole different like segment I could talk about.
Especially when they share their marriage like that, it's like, why share it if you know it's gonna be taken in the wrong context and you're gonna have to deal with that? And it's gonna be a hassle to just remove yourself from the internet for a bit if that's the case, because I don't know, people are weird.
True.
Because I don't know how the fuck that was funny, like at all. I would have been so offended.
I didn't get it either. I was just like, well, because I remember watching it, and then even from the start, like her explaining how everything was kind of basically empty, it was just like, huh? And then it ends with like the dog food or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, what? It got worse every single moment that she kept pulling something out of the bag. And I'm just like, I get it. I get it, but I also don't get how that's funny. Like,
I get what you mean.
You know?
That sounds funny. But
I feel like it wasn't executed well. There you go. Like it could have went about it like a different way. Like, oh, if it was, let's say he packed me a soda, some Cheetos, some like unhealthy ass shit, maybe some candy, I'll be like, okay, like he tried, like that's cool. But like if it's like straight up like bare minimum ass shit, I'm like, I don't know what to say about that.
No, I agree.
And I think it's also just hard when, especially as like if you guys have inside jokes, not everybody's gonna get them, you know? And then that's kind of like people are free to kind of have their own opinion because they don't know anything about you guys, you know? So you put it out there.
So this is all just to say, watch what you guys upload to the internet, which maybe is funny coming from me, but watch what you upload to the internet, guys. Seriously, there's not everybody's your friend on the internet. If you haven't noticed yet.
Please be mindful and be aware. People are always watching.
For sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and start closing up the show now. Gonna give my flowers to Angelie. Thanks for coming on the show again. I'm sure our listeners loved hearing you again. Julie, thanks for being the host again and doing our lovely intro. I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreons. I don't have the list. Do you?
No, I don't think so.
If we don't, we will edit it in either way. So I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreons. You guys help keep the show going. You guys, it always is extremely appreciated if you guys want to go ahead and give us any support that way. The description always carries the link for our Patreon. But unless you guys have something else to say, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
See ya.